Once when Charlie was maybe 5 years old, she could hear her parents fighting and not agreeing on things, and they were arguing and they were fighting and they were yelling at each other, and this made little Charlie really scared, and she hid underneath her blankie, and she was really scared, and she didn't like to see her parents argue, and she said, "I hope they stop fighting. I don't like it," she said, holding on to Mr. Duckling tighter than ever. But then something got her really scared, especially when she heard a loud crash and glass breaking. And she said, "Oh no, Daddy!" And she ran outside to the living room, and she saw her daddy on the ground holding his arm, and he said, "Ow, ow." And Charlie ran to him and he said, "Charlie, be careful, there's glass here." But Daddy," "Little Duckling, go to your room, please." But you're hurt. You're gonna get hurt too if you get close. Go." "Okay." And then Lilith helped her husband stand up, and she said, I'm sorry, Lucifer, for fighting with you. It's okay, honey. Let's go comfort our baby duckling because she saw what happened." And then Lilith and Lucifer went upstairs to check on Charlie, and they found her crying and weeping and holding on to Mr. Duckling so tight that the stuffing was popping out. And Lucifer sat next to his daughter and said, "My little Charlie, I know you're worried when we fight, but we want you to know that we love you very much, and that will never happen." "What will never happen, Daddy?" "Mommy and Daddy will never separate. We promise. Right, Lilith?" "Right? Of course. Yeah, we're gonna stay with you, our little girl." So do you promise that you two won't fight? Because if you do, I'm gonna put you both in timeout," said little Charlie. And her mommy and daddy hugged her tightly and said, "We promise, baby." "Well, I mostly promise that I won't fight with your mother." And then little Charlie saw the big scratch on her daddy's arm, and she said, "Mommy, Daddy got hurt." "Oh my gosh, Lucifer, are you okay, dear?" No. When you pushed me into that glass vase, I guess I toppled it over and the glass fell onto my arm. Oh, don't worry, I'll help you." And then Lucifer was in pain while his wife was taking care of him, and he said, "Ow, ow, that hurts. Ow, ow, that hurts. Ow, ow, that hurts. Ow, ow, ow." "Well, it wouldn't hurt if you don't move." Well, it hurts me, Lilith. Ow, ow, ow." "It's okay. Calm down. Don't cry." "You have to be brave, Daddy," said Charlie, trying to comfort her father as his wife was taking care of the cuts. And she said, "Oh, it's okay, my little apple. It's okay, my apple pie. Shh. I'm almost done. Ow, ow. Okay, I need tweezers to get the glass piece out. Charlie, you stay here with Daddy and make sure to keep him calm." "Okay, Mommy, I will. Don't worry, Daddy." "Daddy?" "Yes, my little apple pie strudel pumpkin. Are you mad at me?" "No, Charlie, Mommy and Daddy are not mad. We were just disagreeing on something and we kind of argued about it. I'm sorry if I scared you. Oh, and I'm sorry I yelled at you. It's just I didn't want you getting close to the glass." "Oh, Okay, I'm sorry too, Daddy. It's okay. Wanna do some flying? Maybe when you're better because you have a big boo-boo on your arm. Yeah, you're right. And then when Lilith came back, she found some tweezers and said, "Alright, baby, hold on, because this is going to hurt." Wait, what are you doing? Ow! Ow! Well, it wouldn't hurt if you moved. Okay, well, now I'm gonna put a band-aid on it. There we go. Wait, love, can I have a kiss? Oh, of course you can, my Lulu. Mwah. And then a few hours later, Charlie said, "Mommy, Daddy, yes, it's time for my bath." Oh, that's right. Come on. I will give her a bath, Lulu. No. I give her a bath. No, I want Daddy to give me a bath. Okay. And then Lucifer gave little Charlie a bath. And after that, he said, "There's my clean little duckling." And then after bath time, Charlie and her daddy had some hot chocolate. And then her mommy said, "Alright, my little duckling, precious little duck. I love you." And then later that night at bedtime, Charlie and her mommy and daddy were reading a book together. And it was about a family about ducks. It was a story about a family of ducks. And Charlie loved the book so much that she wanted her mommy and daddy to read it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until finally they fell asleep. And Charlie said, "Mama, Papa, wake up." "Oh, what is it, Charlie?" "Again." "No, not again. Time for bed." Again, story." No, Charlie, time for bed." And then Lilith said, "Come on, Charlie. Don't you want to go to sleep?" "No, story time." And then Lucifer picked her up and put her on the bed and said, "Okay, one more time, but then it's time for bed. This is the 11th time of reading this book." And then after the 11th time of reading the same book again, Charlie said, "Again." "No, Charlie, time for bed." Lucifer said, "No, story time." No more story time. Time for bed now." Story. "Shh, baby. There. It's okay. You had a rough day. Go to sleep." And then Charlie fell asleep in her mommy and daddy's arms. The end.